G'day guys, my name's Dave and welcome to another Guitars Already Hero song tutorial. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to play Lips of an Angel by Hinder. In this lesson, I'll teach you two different ways of playing this song. The first method will be the standard tuning version and the second method will be the studio version, which is more close to the actual recording. I'll also teach you how to play the guitar solo as well. Now the guitar I'm playing here today is the Orangewood Hudson. If you want to find out more, there's a link in the description below. And if you want to master your chords, then head over to guitarsalreadyhero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. Let's jump into the lesson. So I'm going to start by teaching the standard tuning version. So let's start with the intro, and there's just 4 chords here. We have an A sus4, so index and middle on the 2nd frets of the 4th and 3rd string, and your ring finger will go on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So that's A sus4, and then we have B minor 7, so take your index finger and just move it up 1 string to the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and we're strumming from the 5th string onwards. So that's B minor 7, then we have a G and a D. Now for this intro, we have a simple strumming pattern that goes down, down, up, down, up. You're going to play that once for each chord, and the intro simply sounds like this. Next, we move to the verse. Now, the first line of chords for the verse is identical to the intro, so we've already learnt that, the A sus4, B minor 7, G, and D. For the second line of chords, we have A sus4, B minor 7, and then G, but the G is held for a longer strumming pattern that goes like this. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. So the final line of chords in the verse just sounds like this. And that's it for the verse. Next we get to the pre-chorus, and there's 2 lines of chords here as well. So we start with a D chord, then we go to an A sus4, B minor 7, and G. So we're going to change our strumming pattern a little bit here. It's going to go down, 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 up. We're going to play that strumming pattern for the first line of chords, and also the D and the A sus4 in the second line of chords. The last B minor 7 and G are played within one longer strumming pattern that goes like this. Down, 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 up, slap, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And the point at which we're going to change chords is on the highlighted up strum. So it's after that mute. So to play that muted strum, it is basically a down strum, except your palm's going to hit the strings at the same time like that. Now, if you can't quite get that, then just at least put your palm down on the strings for that particular beat. And altogether that B minor 7 to the G. Down, 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 up, mute, up, down, up, down, up, down. And the pre-chorus altogether. Next we get to the chorus, which has 2 lines of chords here. So for our first line of chords, we start with a D, and then we go to an A sus4, and then we go to a C add 9, and then a G. Now the first 2 chords, the D and the A sus4, we're going to continue on with that simple down, 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 up strumming pattern. But with the C add 9 to the G, we're going to play a longer strumming pattern that contains both chords, which goes down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And the point at which we'll change chords is on that highlighted down strum. So the C add 9 to the G, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So that first line of chords is played through twice, and then we get to our second line of chords, where we're going to go to a B minor 7, and then an A sus4. For the B minor 7 and the A sus4, we're just playing a continuous down, up, 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 down, up strumming pattern. Where it gets a little tricky though are these next 2 chords. So we have an E minor and then a D/F sharp, like that. So those 2 chords are contained within one strumming pattern that goes down, 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 up, down, down, up. And on that last up strum is when we change to the D/F sharp. So the E minor to the D/F sharp, down, and then we get to the G chord, strum that, and hold it out. So the first chorus in total will sound like this. Now for the second chorus, it's almost identical, except the G chord actually has a strumming pattern here. And that strumming pattern goes down, down, up, down, up, down, up. So there's a lot of pauses in that strumming pattern. Just take it slow before you work your way up to full speed. But for the second chorus, the final line of chords will sound like this. Next we get to the post-chorus, which is really simple. It's just B minor 7, A sus4, and then G. In terms of strumming patterns, it's similar to what we had in the verse. So B minor 7 and A sus4 will just be played with a down, down, up, down, up. And that final G will be played for that long strumming pattern that goes down, down, up, down, up, down, up. So the post-chorus. And finally we have the bridge, which has 2 lines of chords. So we're going to start with a B flat 5 power chord. So it's a power chord played on the 1st fret of the 5th string and ring and pinky on the 3rd frets of the 4th and 3rd strings, like that. And then we have a C add 9 and then a D. Now for the first 2 chords, we're going to be playing a simple strumming pattern that goes down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And for the D, we have a long strumming pattern that goes down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So the first line of chords just sounds like this. That first line of chords is played through 3 times, and then for the second line of chords, we have that B flat 5 and C add 9 again, but then we go to our A sus4, and we're going to strum this with a down, 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 down. So it's just a build up for a full bar. And that's everything for the bridge and everything for the standard tuning version. If you want to skip to the playthrough for the standard tuning version, you can do that in the timestamps below. But now let's get to the studio version, which sounds amazing, but you do need to detune your guitar. You'll need to detune every one of your strings down 1 whole step, which means 2 semitones. And that's the tuning that we'll need for this studio version. So let's start with the intro, and we have 4 chord shapes here. We have a B sus4, so it's just a power chord, 2nd fret of the 5th string, ring and pinky on the 4th frets of the 3rd and 4th strings. And we're going to let the 2nd and 1st strings ring out. And this is what's going to really make this studio version sound awesome, where most of our chords have that 1st and 2nd string ringing out open. So that's B sus4. And then we have C sharp minor 7, so it's the same shape, just up 2 frets. Now, you don't want to hit the 6th string, so you can mute that just with your free middle finger here by touching that string. Then we have A sus2, so just slide your ring and pinky finger down to the 2nd fret and lift your index finger. Again, you're only strumming from the 5th string onwards. And then we have E major. For the strumming pattern, we just have a down, down, up, down, up. But what I actually like to do, and it's very close to the studio recording, on the first up strum, you're going to hit the open 1st string. On the second up strum, we're going to hit the open 2nd string. So it'll look like this. So notice on that first up strum, I'm hitting the open 1st string. On the second up strum, I'm just hitting the open 2nd string. Now you don't have to specifically target those notes like I do, but it does sound better if you do that. And you can do that with every single chord. So the intro will sound like this. Next we get to the verse and there's 2 lines of chords here. The first line of chords is identical to the intro. Second line of chords is almost the same, except for this A sus2, we're going to play a longer strumming pattern that goes down, 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 up, down, up, down, up. So the second line of chords in this verse. Then we get to the pre-chorus. We have 2 lines of chords. We have E, B sus4, C sharp minor 7, and now A sus2. Now we're going to play a different strumming pattern that goes down, 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 up. I'm going to play that for each chord. The second line of chords has the same chords, and we're going to play that same strumming pattern for the E and B sus4. But for the C sharp minor 7 and the A sus2, we have a longer strumming pattern that goes down, 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 up, mute, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So the mute is more or less a down strum, except you're going to hit your palm on the strings at the same time to get that percussive sound. But if you can't quite get that, then just drop your hand onto the strings to mute that particular beat. The point at which we'll change chords is after that mute, so it's on the highlighted up strum. So the C sharp minor 7 to the A sus2, down, 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 up, mute, up, down, 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 up. So the pre-chorus in total. Next we get to the chorus and there's 2 lines of chords here. We start with the E, B sus4, and then we're going to play a D sus2 / A. So it's a D sus2 chord shape, but we strum from the 5th string onwards. And then we go to an A sus2. The first 2 chords are played with a down, 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 up. But for the D sus2 to the A sus2, we're going to play a longer strumming pattern that goes down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And the point at which we'll change chords is on that highlighted down strum, which sounds like this. Now for the second line of chords, we're going to go to a C sharp minor 7, and we're going to strum this with just a down, up, 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 down, up strumming pattern. So that for the C sharp minor 7, the same with the B sus4, and then we get to an F sharp minor, so it's a bar chord like this. If you can't quite play the full bar chord, then just at least play the power chord. Then we have an E / G sharp, so index finger on the 4th fret, pinky finger on the 7th fret of the 5th string, and then if you can, get your ring finger on the 6th fret of the 4th string. So that's E / G sharp. Now, both those chords are going to be contained within a strumming pattern that goes down, 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 up, up, down, down, up. And on that final up strum, that's where you go to the E / G sharp, which sounds like this. And then we go to our A sus2. Now for the first chorus, the A sus2 is just held out. So in total for chorus number 1, now in chorus number 2, number 3, that final A sus2 is actually played for a longer strumming pattern. It's not held out once. It's played with a down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. So it's a bit of a long strumming pattern, but just take it slow. Next we get to the pre-chorus, which is the C sharp minor 7, B sus4, and then A sus4. Now the strumming patterns we'll use are similar to what we had in the verse, so it will just sound like this. And the final rhythm part we need to learn is the bridge. We have a C add 9 shape like this, and then we have a D sus2, and then we have our E major. For the first two chords, we're just playing a down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up strumming pattern. And for the third chord, the E, we're playing a down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, 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 down, up, down, up. So the first line of chords. For the second line of chords, it's almost the same, except our final chord is a B sus4, and we're going to strum this with a down, 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 down. So it's just all down strums for a full bar. So 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and those are all the rhythm parts for the studio version of this song. All right, so now I'm going to teach you how to play the solo. Now, for the guitar, we'll need to be in standard tuning. Now, in terms of tone, I'm recording this using the Boss Katana 50 Mark II. If you want to find the patch for that, I'll leave that in the link in the description below. So there's 5 lines of tab here. We're going to start on the 13th fret of the 2nd string. We're going to hit that note, bend up and release. After we've released, pluck it again and pull off to 10th fret, and then back up to 13th. So that phrase. We're going to do that again. And then to end this bar, we're going to hit that 13th fret again twice. Then we'll bar the 10th fret of the 1st and 2nd string with our index finger. And we're going to hit this with 16th notes 7 times. And then we're going to play an octave. So index finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string, pinky on the 7th fret of the 3rd string. Now, when you strum this, you want to mute all the other strings and only hold down those 2 notes. You can mute all the other strings by just lightly resting your index finger across all the other strings whilst pushing down that 5th string, like that. So that's the octave. We're going to hit that and quickly slide up to the 9th and 11th octave. Then we're going to strum this another 4 times and back down 3 more times. And in total for this bar. And the first line of tab. Then for the second line of tab, we'll start by barring the 10th fret of the 1st and 2nd string. Now for this total bar, we'll just be continuously striking this 1st and 2nd strings and just adjusting our fretting position. So we're going to start in this position, strike it twice, then ring finger on 13th fret of the 1st string whilst keeping your index finger here twice. Slide your ring finger down 1 fret twice. Lift your ring finger, so back to original position twice. Back to 12th. Lift your ring finger again, back to original position twice. Then middle finger on the 11th fret of the 2nd string, and we're going to hit that twice. And then pinky finger on 13th fret, and we're going to strike these 2 strings twice. So all together. And then the second bar of the second line of tab is identical to the second bar of the first line of tab, with the exception of the last 3 strums. For the last 3 strums of this bar, we're going to stay on 9th, hit that once, and then go up 1 fret, 10th and 12th once, and then up 2 frets to 12th and 14th. And in total for the second line of tab. For the third line of tab, we're going to slide our ring finger up to the 10th fret of the 4th string. Then we're going to hit the 8th fret and hammer on and pull off to 10th. So hammer on and pull off in one motion. Do the same from 7th to 8th. And then do the same from 5th to 7th. And that phrase. And then for our next phrase, we'll hit the 5th fret, go down to 4th fret, back up to 5th with your middle finger, and we'll hit the 5th fret of our 3rd string, but slide quickly up to the 11th. Like that. And then the next phrase is 4th fret, 5th fret, and slide up to the 11th again. And one more time. And that's it for the 3rd line of tab, which sounds like this. For the 4th line of tab, we're going to go back up to our 13th fret of the 2nd string, do that bend, release, pluck it again, pull off to 10th, back up to 13th. So similar to what we did at the start of the solo. And then 10th fret of the 1st string, hit it and hammer onto 12th fret. And then hit that 12th fret again, but bend up a half tone. Release, pluck it again and pull off to 10th. And back to 12th. So that second half. And the bar in total. For the final line of tab, we'll go up to the 20th fret of the 1st string. We're gonna hit that and bend up a full tone. And then with our index finger, hit the 18th fret of the 2nd string. Back up to 20th. Index finger goes down to 17th. Back up to 20th. Then index finger goes to the 17th fret of the 3rd string. And up to 19th with your ring finger. So. And then we're going to start bending up our 19th fret. And we're gonna pluck this 6 times. So 2 groups of 3 is an easy way of thinking about it. And you're gonna slowly keep bending up. Release after that 6th bend, pull off, and then end back on the 19th fret of the 3rd string. And in total for that full phrase. And that's everything for the solo, which sounds like this all together. So now I'll be doing 2 playthroughs of the song, and I'll have a vocal track on top for some context. Big thanks to my friend Eric for lending his vocals to these playthroughs. The first playthrough will be the standard tuning version, and the second playthrough will be the studio recorded version where you'll need to detune your guitar. Feel free to play this back as many times as you'd like to practice playing along to and see how you go. Thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this lesson, then I know you'll absolutely love these other lessons too. So hit the link here. Or if you want to grab a copy of my free guitar ebook, then head over to guitarzerotohero.com or click the link here. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.